Thanks for coming round. We'll make you laugh before you go. Welcome to the Mermen. Welcome to the show.
Yes. Are we going to take these with us on our trip?
No.
We should. It's part of the podcast. Big part of the podcast.
Okay. I don't know if it's a big part of the podcast. We can record it and
We'll make Luis carry them on. I want to see Luis get pulled over in TSA and they pull these out. Like,
well,
what?
okay. First of all, there is a question. Sometimes the shells are not legal.
What? Oh, because they're like exotic?
Because you're not supposed to take some of these animals. Like these, I don't know where you got these. Where'd you buy them from?
If I had to guess, probably like a Nassau, like straw market or something.
There's different regulations there than there is in the United States.
I'm sure it wasn't.
So there's a world where these different types of conchs and stuff
Let me put it this way: whoever I bought these from at some point in my life, I'm sure that they didn't have an LLC.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that they're not legal, but
I'm sure it wasn't like conch horn specialists and some. It was definitely a dude who lived somewhere where we knew where to get these and how to turn them in. And he had a little engraver because he put my kids' names on the top.
Yeah, I know. You stole them.
Oh, we're borrowing them.
Luis just closed the window.
Luis is on a roll already. I was like, please hit record. Today, are you a millennial? Millennial? Are you a millennial?
He's a millennium.
Yeah, I think so.
Falcon.
Born 93, so.
Yeah, you were a prime millennial, dude. All right, first of all, I can't even remember how to say it. What was the drink you made me get you from Starbucks today? It's always bad, and I always make jokes like, oh, I'm getting this for my wife or whatever. But today was like you were trying to mess with me.
It was a Fenty pineapple passion fruit lemonade frozen.
What?
He was gonna hit you with that.
It's good.
It seems like you're only homophobic about drinks for some reason.
It's not even.
Everything else,
It's not even homophobic. Like if I have nothing. I don't think that's a gay thing. I think it's a.
He responded.
It's a feminine thing, but that doesn't. It's not gay.
When I texted him my order, he responded with a video of me riding a dick. So, a mechanical bull dick.
Where was that? Where are you vacationing?
That was just North Hollywood. That was just my friend's backyard, regular day.
Your friend had a mechanical penis that you could ride like a mechanical bull at his party at his house.
At her 30th birthday. Yeah.
I like it.
It's funny that you think drinks are feminine or masculine.
No, it's more like he orders like a child. That's what it's more like. You're not. It's 11 a.m. on a Tuesday recording a podcast. We're not by the pool in sandals in Jamaica.
Yeah, but I ordered a matcha one time, and you were like, I don't know what this is. I'm fucking caveman. Like just because you order black coffee, which is like, what are you, a shop teacher or something? Like, who drinks black coffee? It's weird.
I drink black coffee because I'm a man whose wife doesn't let him have sugar or dairy.
Yeah, I know. You what's happening here is you'd like to have the sugar and dairy, but because you can't, you're lashing out at other people that are enjoying sugar and dairy.
It's a lot of sugar, guys.
Yeah. Well, let him enjoy it. He's young.
I guess. It just feels like you ordered grilled cheeses when you go to a burger place.
First of all, it's Starbucks. It sucks. Let's just start with that. Starbucks is straight trash. So it's like the McDonald's of coffee.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So let's not act like he's fucking up some sort of 3-star Michelin restaurant here where he's like, I can't believe you ordered this here.
The guy said, I could get that for you, but I don't have the fruit that comes with it. And I said, don't worry. That's where it's going.
See, it is
Maybe I am homophobic. I apologize. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's because Luis is like our friend. And I look at him as an equal, and then I realize he has such different life experience than we do. I forget you're younger than us.
Well, that's weird, because I don't look at him as a friend or an equal. So
yeah.
That's what you need to start doing.
I was really trying to set it up so it'd be okay for me to make fun of him.
You also got mad that he did not know who Evander Holyfield was.
I do not know who Evander Holyfield is.
Because I said he wasn't going to know who. I didn't think your son was going to know who Evander Holyfield was. So,
like, I'm not a huge boxing fan, but
yeah, but you're of his era.
Yeah, but I would know who a famous boxer would be from eras before me, and if they were as famous as Evander Holyfield, like I would know the name.
Maybe. I couldn't tell you one boxer today. I don't follow boxing, but that was a big deal.
Rocky?
Oh, he's around still? Rocky Marciano.
Rocky. Have you seen Rocky?
I've only seen the first one, and just because I was forced to.
Yeah, this was the other thing you're upset. And this one, you've never seen Shawshank Redemption. I'm on board with that.
No.
That's weird.
First of all, let's...
Just because it's weird just because it's always on.
Yeah.
Like just by accident, you'd be like, what's this? Oh, this is the Shawshank Redemption. It's on TBS or FX or one of those channels literally now, probably. Right now, probably it's on. Like it's just on.
But have you seen Harold and Kumar?
Yeah, absolutely.
He's seen that, but he hasn't seen Shawshank Redemption.
Theaters. Midnight showing.
And then I also like where he goes, yeah, I haven't seen very many classic movies like Armageddon.
I just feel like that's something.
Is Armageddon the Chinatown of your generation? Like,
definitely see Shawshank before Armageddon. Armageddon's trash, but I mean it's fun. It's fun.
It's a fine, but I would never put it in one of the classic movies category.
I thought that was like everyone's like wet off of that. Like
Wet?
everyone says that's
Here, I'm figuring this out.
No.
Luis,
I don't know why
Luis hangs out. Wait, I'm figuring this out. You hang out with a lot of women, don't you? You just like your friends are girls.
some. That's equal.
What does that matter?
Well, I don't know. I'm just putting it together. He drinks stuff from Starbucks that has watermelon. He goes to parties with mechanical penises, and he thinks Armageddon is like a movie that's like that people get wet over. He says,
Yeah, but I prefer to watch basically chick flicks and rom coms over almost every movie. In fact, there was a world where I was going to start a podcast at some point about that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to anymore. I'm just going to do like 1.5 minute chick flick dude things that I'm going to do those online. I just started writing, but I you want to talk chick flicks? I can tell you. Wasn't I talking about this? I was on the airplane watching them.
look, I love a good chick flick. I'm a chick flick dude.
I don't think you do. What's your favorite one? Yeah, see, you should have it. Bam, ready to go.
Yeah.
I can tell you like 10 of my favorite ones.
Okay.
Well, Steel Magnolias, people would consider a chick flick. They consider it more of just a
Oh,
dramatic
all right.
movie because Robert Harlan wrote it, who's like a playwright, but it is a chick flick. It's all fucking
All right. All right. I see what you're. I see what.
Sweet Home Alabama. That's a good one.
I don't like that one at all.
That's a
I'm
good
not
one.
a big early Reese Witherspoon fan.
Early.
Yeah. I like. Yeah. I like the stuff she's doing now.
Notting Hill. That's a good one.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah,
Thelma and
okay.
Louise, classic chick flick,
I don't know if that's a chick flick.
because it's like they're badasses. Maybe I do like just.
There's women in the lead in that film, but chick flicks usually have something centered around to do with
Romance.
There's romance. There's emotional like connection. Even though women would be connected to them emotionally, like they're fucking badasses taking control of their lives because one of them was raped and blah blah blah. And they
Oh
shot.
my god.
You never saw it?
Oh, I thought you were just talking.
Thelma and Louise. That's
No. I've seen it a lot, but I didn't realize that you were specifically referencing Thelma and Louise. I thought you were saying criteria for a chick flick, and I thought rape was like a necessary component of it. I was like, oh, well, I was not on board with what.
I get really down and dirty where I say there's a difference between actual chick flicks and rom coms.
Yo, that should be the name of your chick flick podcast.
What?
Down and Dirty chick flicks with Forrest Shaw.
Because I think like Bridesmaids is like is a romantic comedy. I don't think it's a chick flick. Because a chick flick is like The Notebook, where like if I said to you, Dave, I'm like, hey, let's go see Bridesmaids on Thursday. I'm like, yeah, I heard that's funny. Let's go see it. Okay. If I was like, Dave, you want to go see? You
want to go cry?
You want to go see The Notebook? You'd be like, what are you, fucking Louise with your gay drinks? That's what you say. I mean,
all right, we'll pick up some venti watermelon frozen lemonades and go see the chick flicks.
Also, if you reverse the male and the female characters in the movie, it would not be able to be made because it would be so misogynistic.
Well, ooh, that's a fun game. You could do that with a lot of movies.
So, like Runaway Bride, for instance, with Julia Roberts and Richard Gere, right?
Yeah.
Do you know the movie?
Yeah, I've seen it.
So he's a reporter, and there's this woman that keeps leaving people at the altar or whatever, and he writes a piece on it in the New York Times, I think, or something like that. She gets him fired from his job, even though it's all real and true.
Yeah.
Gets him fired. He comes down to investigate. They dye his hair and cut it. They steal all this shit from his hotel. They put him through this whole ringer and stuff. And it's fine because he's a man. But if you made that into a woman, it was just men doing that to them, you'd be like, this is the most misogynistic movie I've ever seen. But I'm on board with it. I still like it.
This is toxic.
I still like it. I still like it, though. It's okay.
What about, all right, so another Richard Gere, Julia Roberts movie.
Pretty Woman?
Yeah, what if you reverse that?
Probably a chick flick.
Yeah, what if you reverse that, though?
It's empowering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is now looking back on it, not even flipping it, just normal. Does Pretty Woman hold up, or is that like, are people offended by that now?
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he's not abusive to her or anything like that.
Yeah.
Sex workers, it depends. People come down somewhere in the middle on sex workers. I think women do in general. Some are, I know some that, work for organizations that support it and support sex workers that are of their own free will. That's an important thing. But then there becomes this gray area and some people are against it.
There's just some movies that you can't like change the gender though. Like it's not believable. Like Ghostbusters. Like you can have like a woman ghost.
Let me tell you though, in the Ghostbusters remake with all women.
Oh, wait, they did it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
In
was a joke, everybody.
In the
right?
remake, that's a perfect example. It's not a rom-com or anything, but it's women lead. And then, isn't it Chris Hemsworth is their secretary?
I didn't see it.
They objectify the fuck out of him in that
movie.
Really?
They're like, hey, toots.
No, literally, they're like, what I wouldn't do it again. They're like, literally, like, disgust. And I don't give a fuck. But if it was 4 dudes and they were like, oh, look at the fucking tits on that. If that was just a scene where they were like, yeah, nice fat pussy. you'd be like, what the fuck is happening in this comedy right now? Why is this okay? So, and the reason that is okay, and I know that what the reason is women generally act like that mockingly. And men act like that for real because we're fucking pigs. So I do get why that is a thing, but I'm just saying.
Well, it's done
in the movies. You can't have that. Yeah.
Well, I think I haven't seen it, but I'm guessing that's probably the exact joke they're making.
It's not very good.
Yeah, I know it didn't do well. Yeah.
Like it's literally the leads in the Ghostbusters are probably, forget women. They're some of the funniest people in the world.
Yeah, most iconic actors.
No, they're just funny as shit. Like if you're like Melissa McCarthy's in something, or God, I can't remember who else is. It's what's her name?
Kristen Wiig,
and
the chick who
Leslie
plays
Jones.
Leslie Jones. Yeah, but the fourth one,
the other chick from Saturday Night Live who plays
not Kristen Wiig. But
no, she plays Hillary Clinton. She does Verizon.
Kate McKinnon.
Yes,
Kate McKinnon. Those 4, they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they're great. I thought you meant the original
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
You're like, what's happening?
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's just whatever. But the original still exists if you're a guy and you're upset that it was made.
This is what makes me mad too. I'm gonna blame Luis's generation on this as well. Actually, this is probably our generation's fault, to be honest with you. Why I hate that they remake movies that were perfect. Like, if you want to, I get it. Like, you already have a built-in audience. You're like, Hollywood's a little bit lazy. Yeah, it's perfect. You will never make a better White Men Can't Jump than Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, but they made it with Jack Harlow and who else?
Yeah, but that's not good enough.
I'm trying to remember.
That's not Wesley Snipes and
I know, but nobody.
Rosa Perez.
People that are younger don't want to watch Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson.
Well, that's why Luis's generation is lost, because they should go back and watch.
I don't think it's Louis. I think it's Gen Z.
Yeah,
he's a millennial. It's different.
I just think the world would be a better place if, instead of remaking movies that were already done great, remake movies that should have been good but were made poorly. Like, hey man, that was a good idea. Like, it would be so much better with CGI, or it would be better with better actors or a better director. Like, they didn't pull it off. Remake the movies that sucked but should have been good. That I'll spend my money on.
Okay, jeez.
Yeah.
And that is the thing of the day.
This has been Down and Dirty with Forrest Shaw.
Second quarter.
So there's some news here.
Wait, I'm really enjoying. I want to stay on this subject for the whole podcast.
What, movies?
Luis.
What grinds my gears? Dave Williams. I'll tell you another thing. Cell phones. We had rotary phones, and I tell you what, the thing about rotary phones that were good is by the time you were done dialing, you had to calm down a little bit because it took you a long time to dial. And if you're going to be angry at someone, you call them up and be like, hey, you know what? Hey, buddy, everything's okay.
That's a good point. Do you have that premise?
No.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's
also kind of therapeutic, too. Like, you're all mad. It's like, and it's like, breathe. And you're like, oh, man, I'm not so mad anymore. I'm not going to call him and cuss him out.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
So anyone that doesn't know who Vander Holyfield doesn't know what.
Like, do you know who Sugar Ray Leonard is?
Yeah.
Okay. Who?
I mean, he's a boxer. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, you know that one because it's got sugar in his name.
Boom. Got ya.
Hey.
Got him.
What was that for?
Brought it back around.
Dave Williamson.
Oh, yeah, you have to do that more. We've been meaning to tell you.
There haven't been
Do
too
that.
many zingers.
No,
Well-
no, you got to do it more.
Yeah. Don't put this on us.
We're not. This isn't a suggestion.
Wait.
This is an order.
Wait, did you hear? Did you see how he
Forrest
just?
Shaw.
Did you see how he threw us under the bus for him not doing his job? He's like, oh, sorry, there hasn't been a single joke in 12 episodes. You guys should try harder.
It's because we've engaged him the whole time. Normally he's over there on Bumble or whatever. I know he has a girlfriend, but I just like to say Bumble. Your girlfriend doesn't listen to this, right?
No, I fucking hope not.
Well, we need the subscribers.
Yeah, could you at least ever just subscribe?
Just get the subscribe. Yeah. If you're out there, just next time you're with your friend, just grab their phone and subscribe to the Mermen podcast, even if they're not listening to it. We need the subscribers.
Yeah.
We need to get
take pictures of all of them on mechanical penises and say, I'm going to leak these if you. So.
Okay, first thing, Shark Week is over now.
Oh, Shark Week's so good.
But there was a thing about cocaine sharks.
Oh, man, I saw that headline. It made me so happy.
Did you read it?
No. No, I saw the headline though. That's how I consume news.
Well, this is one of the headlines from CBS News. It says cocaine sharks, in quotes, may be exposed to drugs in the Florida Keys, researchers say. So I wanted to read this to see what's up. Because we did a thing on the Jim Jeffries show. I don't know if you remember, Louise, where there's a lot of they were finding opioids in mussels in like the Puget Sound, like up in northwest United States. They were finding traces of cocaine in these eels in these rivers in England and stuff because
eels. That's one I wouldn't have thought of.
When people do
eels.
When people do drugs, meth, coke, whatever, they don't process all the drugs. So a lot of it will get excreted in their waste, their piss or whatever. Yeah. And then it goes into the sewage system, and that doesn't get filtered out in like the way that they process water. So, it'll show up in like animals and stuff in their tissues and things like that. So that's what I thought this was. Then I read what it was, and this is just a theory someone had because there's lots of cocaine that like washes up on the shore, gets dumped out in the into the water. So this researcher had a theory that. What if they are eating the cocaine? So he was taking...
What if?
Yeah. So he was taking like things that look like cocaine bundles, dropping them in the water, shark-infested waters, or when he saw sharks, maybe they were tracking them with something else, and seeing if they'd be interested in these fake cocaine bundles. And then they actually put like... I don't know.
That's this article?
That's what this is about Shark Week. That's what this thing is. I thought sharks were actually eating cocaine.
Oh, okay.
This guy's saying, what if they were? And if they were, that'd be bad. I was like, okay, look, I'm all for science.
Wait,
I'm all for research. And I know that sometimes weird shit that doesn't seem to make sense. I listened to a whole TED talk on this. And sometimes you'll be like, well, why do we care about this stupid thing? Because that'll lead to another discovery of a medicine or something like that. This seems like...
Yeah, this isn't going to be like, oh, we figured out what kind of music sharks like. It's not like...
Yeah, and his name is... The biologist's name is Tom, and then they put his nickname Blowfish.
Hey, old Blow.
Swear to God.
Nothing like having a few Coronas with old Blowfish and the wharf.
It's like an onion. It's like an Onion article or something. Like his name's Blowfish, and he's like studying sharks.
Hey, well, Darius Rucker moved on, but I always wondered what happened to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, he dropped bales. He dropped bales that look like bales of cocaine in the water to see how sharks reacted to him. They were looking for behavioral changes.
So this is specifically sounds like Shark Week needed content, and they were like, Cocaine Bear was a huge success. Yeah. Like, what if we try to do something that has to do with cocaine sharks? This is basically what happened.
Yeah. They also used a stimulant similar to cocaine to see how sharks act when exposed to it. Yeah. And then the rest of the article just tells you what cocaine does to you.
How'd they react to it? They got too handsy with the women.
It's not definitive, this study yet. It's a good headline.
So
the sharks did swim towards the bales of fake cocaine, and Heard observed at least one hammerhead swimming differently than normal. Now that is unusual. It could be a past injury or it could be chemical imbalance. So again,
could be the shark was high as hell. Could have been that fentanyl.
Yeah. So if they that's how they really should do. They should
fentanyl all the cocaine. Yeah. I finally saw Cocaine Bear. I watched it on a flight with my family, and I was dying laughing. It was good. I thought that's more of a classic movie than Armageddon to me, Luis.
It's funny, yeah. It's fun.
I thought it was great. I thought the casting was awesome. The characters were great.
That was great.
I thought the close-ups of the bear when he was just like coked out were hilarious. Like there was details that I'm like, oh, that bear's not just mad, he's coked out. Like he was just like,
yeah, but
I'm mad, but I don't know why.
But it would eat a kilo of cocaine and be just like fine. Like I'm like, how are bears' hearts?
Yeah. Well, let me
Also, I don't know if a shark ate
Yeah. Let me ask you something.
Okay.
As our resident scientist and animal expert.
Yeah, I'm not an animal expert, but okay.
Cocaine bear. How realistic could that be? Like that because it's habit forming. So if the bear were to accidentally get into some of it and then crave more of it and then be bloodthirsty because of it.
I don't know anything about bears, but if I'm just guessing based on like trying to make okay, if it affects them the same way as humans,
Yeah.
the amount he was ingesting would kill him, I'm sure. But let's just say it didn't. When you do cocaine, you feel good.
Yeah.
Like there's those moments in the movies rubbing his back against a tree and rolling around, having a good time.
Yeah. I like when he passed out on top of the guy. He was just like,
Yeah. And then
I'm tired.
then it wears off pretty quick with cocaine. So that's why people do more cocaine. And you're always chasing that high, and you're never going to get back to that original high until you're like sober again and then do it. So you look, I've seen people do all sorts of shit to get more cocaine when it runs out. I'm not talking about like sexual favor. I'm just talking about like driving distances and going. So if you're a bear, yeah. So it does make sense that you would like, that you would do crazy shit, and you're a bear. You're already like on the precipice of being pretty aggressive when people are in your territory and stuff. And that bear in the movie had babies, so fuck yeah.
Yeah, that was a huge caveat because he was like, I got to kill people for these babies.
Well, you're protecting the babies.
Yeah. I got to protect my babies from these people that are 6 miles away from them.
Well, I think they're going to protect the cubs anyways, but
Yeah.
if it's on coke, it's really.
I mean, they decapitated a dude in that movie.
Why are you giving away all the stuff?
I mean, it's not a spoiler alert. I think you can see the title Cocaine Bear and probably know there's going to be some decapitation at some point.
Well,
It's not a chick flick, guys. Not a rom-com.
Here's the thing is, that's based on some true story where the cocaine was lost in the woods and a bear had eaten some, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
So I feel like this shark headline is that's all they're doing.
Yeah.
They just wrote the headline, so now the movie's being written.
Well, it always
Now cocaine shark's about to happen.
It always happens when there's something that gets a little success. Like there was Sharknado, and then people were like, yo, what other natural disasters could we put with animals?
But-
and there was a couple of spin-offs that were pretty dumb.
I can already write cocaine shark.
We should write it.
Well,
Let's do
It's
it.
writer strike, so
Oh.
not allowed to write anything.
Let's write it secretly.
No, I can still write.
Oh, okay.
Selling it.
I'm not in the union. No one's ever given me a job.
You think you're not allowed to write during the writer's strike? And if I see one of you holding a pen, you're fucking out of the union.
Yeah. What are we allowed to outline? Okay, so would it be fun?
What were you going to say? We're allowed to what? You almost said a word.
It was the way he said it. Are we allowed to outline? Outline, I think
outline?
is what he said.
Are we allowed to outline? Yeah.
Third quarter.
It's hot in here.
It is hot in here, man.
It's summer. And we're in an uninsulated garage.
Shoebox. I get rashes this time of year because I sweat in my sleep.
I need to know about that.
Yeah. And I do lawn work. I'm building a deck right now.
Where's the Dave Williamson? That should have came in.
Yeah.
You should have your finger on the trigger when Dave's talking.
Yeah,
'cause
just
you know, between outline and rash.
Yeah, the good and the bad one.
Yeah.
Dave Williamson.
Actually, my rash is an outline. It's
it to
like
him again.
it goes around my back.
Give it to him again. Yeah, it should just be.
You guys want to see it?
Dave Williamson.
It should just keep coming on.
I went to the dermatologist yesterday though, and she gave me some stuff for it.
Dave Williamson.
But I've been trying to treat it for years. It just kind of like people guess the wrong thing, or it just comes back.
You got a woman for a dermatologist?
Yeah, an Asian.
You do it to yourself.
Yeah, she's a good driver.
Thelma and Louise. I was thinking when you were talking about the Ghostbuster women were getting fresh with Chris Hemsworth.
Just in the movie.
Yeah.
It's in the script.
That'd be funny if it comes out 20 years from now. Chris Hemsworth was like, "That set was a nightmare. Leslie Jones kept grabbing my balls.
That might have happened.
Yeah.
Who knows? Yeah.
I felt like a piece of meat." No, my mom had a friend, very close friend to our family. I will protect her identity, but just say that she
That's
was
weird because
such.
I've never protected anyone's identity.
Yeah.
You give their first, middle, and last name normally.
Yeah, I respect my elders. But so close to us that I actually called her Aunt. She was Aunt Bloop. And She at the time I thought she was just being sweet and complimentary, but she'd always when I was like 13 and like I'd walk out with my shirt off or something, or I was a teenager, I don't even know how old, but she'd always make comments like she'd be like, "Oh, David, you're so handsome. If I was just 20 years younger."
Yeah.
And she'd drift off, and I'd be like, "Oh, thanks, Aunt." Oh, I almost said it.
Aunt Bloop.
Yeah. Thanks, Aunt Bloop. And I don't know, she just did it so much that I remember it. And like at the time I was just like, she's being complimentary. Says I'm handsome. Now I look back, I'm like, I think she wanted to fuck me.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure if she listens, she
I
knows
was,
who
a,
she
I, was
is.
a, I was a piece of meat.
Does your mom listen to the podcast?
Sometimes. I bet she does. My
Okay,
mom.
we'll expect a phone call.
My mom gets in her pool and she puts on the podcast and listens while she's in the pool.
Oh, this doesn't seem relaxing at all.
Yeah.
This is something you do to work
She
out.
does it to my barbecue
You'd be
podcast.
running away from us.
Hi, Mom.
you know?
I love you.
Okay. Aunt Bloop,
Aunt Bloop. Hope everything's going great.
look into that.
Yep. Say hi to Uncle Bleep.
Bleep, 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 bleep. All right. Another thing. Well, you had something else?
I was just gonna say too. There was other, not like friends like that, but just people that were in our orbit, family friends. Like cougars weren't a thing back then. Like it wasn't like Sex in the City wasn't like it wasn't mainstream. Like Mrs. Robinson. Have you ever seen The Graduate?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
Good work.
See, this is the thing. This is the reason why I get so much shit for not seeing the classics, quote unquote.
Yeah.
I went to film school, so I've seen The Graduate.
The Graduate
because of film school.
is literally a classic. Armageddon is not something they should show you in
Yeah, I
film
guess
school.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I don't know. There's just so many of them that now I look back and I go like, oh, I think that middle-aged woman was into me when I was 16 years old or whatever, or would have been if my hormones had known it and made an effort.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like socially accepted back then. You didn't know it.
Okay. I wanted to shout out the Miami Herald.
Yeah, Miami Herald. Man, I used to love reading the Miami Herald growing up. I used to
I
read
want to shout it out for being shitty.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now it's behind a paywall, so I have no idea. I used to get the Miami Herald delivered to Auburn
I
University.
just pulled this article. I was reading it this morning.
The cocaine shark?
No, that was on CBS News. I was reading the thing about the boat.
The yacht party.
Louise sent it to me, and also somebody else did. Tim Golden of Comedy Records. Thank you, Comedy Records.
Hey, yeah, you can
Making
watch
this
our
podcast
episodes
possible.
on their YouTube. Full episodes on Comedy Records YouTube.
And we were talking about the Miami River last episode, and it was reported at first that there was hostages aboard like a 117-foot yacht.
Yeah.
Somebody was holding them at gunpoint, and then the Quavo. Let's see. Do you know who Quavo is?
Yeah, he's one of the Migos.
Do you only know this because of the article?
Yep.
Okay. Did you read it? The article?
No, I do know the Migos, though. I did not.
Who are all the members of Migos?
Well, one of them's dead, right?
Yeah.
And I think there's
You're
a-
doing good. You're
think
doing
he had
much
a-
better than I thought you would have.
I think he
Yeah.
had a different stage name.
Which one died? And do you know what his name was? Stage name, yeah. Obviously.
I do. I should know this. There's Quavo.
Yeah.
There's three Amigos, right?
What's Migos?
Migos. There's three Migos. Sorry. Now, classic movie, by the way. Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Three Migos is good, and there is also three Migos, or there was three Migos.
Three Migos. I can't remember the other two names. I'm
like two
gonna be
Migos
mad.
then.
Is it Evander? No, I don't know. I can't remember him.
The one that died, I think, is Takeoff, right? Isn't
Takeoff.
Isn't that who died?
Yes.
Yeah. I
think so, yeah.
I'm not like a huge Migos fan. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other one is Final Approach. That's a good joke.
I mean, it made me laugh, but I don't know if it was a good joke.
I got you.
Because I don't know how, what
Williamson.
where does Quavo fit in?
I don't know.
What's Quavo?
Hey, that's
It's a play. His name. I think his name is like
Yeah.
Quintavious or I forget
Yeah.
what his real name is. But who's the third one?
Quavo, Takeoff, and I don't know the other one.
Offset? Is that?
Yeah, Offset. Yeah.
Offset, like a smoker. I should know that one.
Yeah.
Why
I
are
think
these guys?
it's Offset, right?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know Migos well. I
Wait,
knew
so those
Takeoff
two
was the one that died.
guys are named after like action verbs, and then
Because if your name, I think his name. Oh, I have the article right here.
I mean that's not far fetched from the airline joke we were making. Two of them have names that are like places, things. What would you even call that?
Yeah, his name is Quavius Marshall, and so
He's
he
like,
goes
I'm
by-
gonna be
he goes by
offset. I'm gonna be take off.
Quavo. Yeah, and then if your name was Quavius, you just be Quavo.
Just call me Quavo.
Quavo's a cool word.
Yeah, my Aunt Bleep calls me Quavo.
So they There was all this information about it. This is what happened, by the way. I read the article. This is why I'm going to shit on the Miami Herald at the end, I'll tell you. Because the Miami Herald, look, I'm not saying it's a bad newspaper.
I think all newspapers are bad and under.
But it's not the best. Like when I moved to another city, I was like, oh, Miami Herald's kind of jank. I know our boy Levitard, who we like, is like wrote for them stuff, you know, but I think he would shit on them too. Like,
oh, he's the most. That's why I like Levitard. Is because he's the most self-aware and. He doesn't take himself or his industry seriously, and he will tell you if something's shit. Like, and he makes fun of the newspaper industry and the sports talk radio industry a lot.
There was people that were like propping up that newspaper, like Dave Barry's column would prop it up.
Oh, Dave Barry's so good.
And Levitard, and wasn't Carl Hyacin? Wasn't he? I think he wrote in there. He wrote a bunch of movies. Carl Hyacin. He's South Florida.
I remember Edwin Pope.
He's an author. Yeah. Anyways. So they write this whole, what happened, by the way, on the Miami River was there was these people rented a yacht, and it was, I don't know, 117 feet. It's a big ass yacht.
Yeah.
Quavo was on the yacht.
Yeah.
He didn't rent it. And they, around 9 p.m., the police got a call saying there might be an armed person on the yacht. And what happened was they had this yacht, and they were out by Mount Sinai Hospital. You know where that is on Miami Beach?
Yep.
So it's Mount Sinai Hospital. They're like near Miami Beach, miles away from the Miami River. And I guess the captain said to these guys that rented it, it says the captain's Gabriel Lopez Tovar. And then the guys that rented it, actually, I do want to read their names because one of them's, I had to read it twice. The two people that say they rented it was Cornell Whitfield. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
Blowfish.
And Frisco. So he's from Miami. And some guy from Frisco, Texas. And his name is Antone Workenay. Okay. So the way you spell it is Anteneh.
Yeah.
But that's your first name. You can make that up.
Anteneh.
It says his last name is Work, Eneh. So it's still Eneh. So it's Antone Workenay. I don't know if that's a real name. But
it sounds like his name's Anthony, but he just like says it with a fake Italian accent or something.
Antone Workenay.
Yeah.
Hey, what a go. Mario. They wanted to stay out longer. The captain's like, hey, your time's almost up. We got to start heading back to the Miami River. And they go, no. And he claims they pulled a gun on him and said, we're staying out longer.
He's like, we don't have any gas. They're
give us the cash back, like however much cash.
Like, nice try. Boats don't run on gas, you dummy.
Yeah. So he called the cops, you know, or he called the owner of the yacht, and they called the cops. So when they got back to the dock, all the cops showed up there, but everyone said there's a hostage situation. Oh, nothing. But I guess they paid him by Cash App, so the captain was lying that they went and took the cash. They found a couple of guns, but nobody was holding anybody. They let everybody go. Nobody got charged or anything. They let everybody go, and that's all that happened.
So this was all just a tiff.
Yeah. So I was just reading it like, all right, much ado about nothing, right? Like, I mean, something happened on there. Like there was a disagreement and whatever, big deal.
Quavo was like, I'm the captain now.
Here's the problem with the Miami Herald. They put a map. What's that?
Have you seen that movie, Luis?
Which one?
I'm the captain now.
Captain Phillips.
Yeah.
Also, Quavo didn't have anything to do with it. He was just on the boat.
Yeah, okay.
He didn't have a gun. He didn't demand money or anything. He's just, Quavo's there. Probably that's what they sold the boat ride as, is hang out with Quavo on the fucking boat.
Can I tell you the funniest part I thought of the whole story? There's a video, if you click on it, and it's like a dude like shooting some video from like the parking lot or whatever. And you see Quavo, I think he's in handcuffs, or he's definitely like, the cops told him like stay right there where like while they were sorting everything out. And there's two very beautiful, completely naked women in the forefront. Yeah. And they're just hanging out. They're just like,
they're naked?
Yeah, completely naked. You just see their back. And it's just like
of course this boat should have stayed out longer.
Yeah.
What's wrong with this captain?
Well, you think they were enjoying the moonlight? I think.
No, I know, but why were they naked back at the dock? You think they'd have time to put their clothes back on or something? They're just fucking living.
They're just like, this is normal.
So Mount Sinai Hospital is where this all happened. Again, this is in mid Miami Beach, I'd say.
Yeah.
On the inland in the bay. And then they went back to the river.
See if I can find it.
Miami Herald is like, here's a map. Here's a map of the boat's pathway. Right?
Yeah.
Look at this. Do you notice anything wrong with that?
This is the boat's pathway.
Yeah, back from the hospital to the river.
That it went down I-95?
Yeah. They have the boat coming in on first 195 and then going down I-95, interchange, 395, and finally the Miami River. Fucking Miami Herald. Like, nobody fact-checked this? Like, hey, I don't think a boat can go on land.
Oh, wait a minute.
It's only a 22-minute trip by car.
Wait, they might have bikinis on, actually.
Yeah, they're gonna have bikinis, dude.
I thought they were. Look,
Why did you fact check that? Why don't we?
Look, this is kind of funny though. Look at these women sitting at the tables. It told me that wouldn't be funny if they were just butt naked sitting there. Like, are you guys done interrogating us yet?
Yeah,
they're pretty beautiful women.
Yeah.
What if I was 20 years younger?
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, it's a yacht with a famous person. Like, there's a party.
Look at her. She's just,
She's
just leaning up against the post that you would tie the boat up against. I thought she was naked.
That party, all that. I don't know what that part, but I'm sure they're like Quavo's going to do a couple songs. So they probably had just like a DJ. Quavo did like 2 tracks, and then the rest of the time they're just on there, just hanging out,
man,
talking about what they do for a living. It's like, oh, you're an accountant. It's funny. How are you doing?
Ever since my son was in this accident, I downloaded the Citizen app on my phone. Do you know what that is?
Who are you talking to, me or
Either of you?
Yeah, Citizen, yeah.
Luis, do you know what that is?
Not gonna lie, I wasn't listening.
All right,
Citizen app.
Citizen app.
Yeah, I got it.
I think everybody knows what that is.
Dude, it's terrifying. Like, I didn't know how much stuff was going on around me, like, at all times. It just, I get a thing, I'm like, oh, who's texting me? And I check it out, and it's like, gunman at Starbucks. And I'm like, what the heck? Like, there's just shit everywhere. They're like, police chase going through, Vista Del Mar.
This is a city of 12 million people with a huge financial gulch in the middle.
Yeah, I can't believe this stuff gets reported that quickly, and it's just everywhere, all around us.
You thought everything was fine in the world?
No, but I think I preferred when I was naive to it. I'll tell you that. I think politics too. I think I preferred it when I just didn't know shit, whatever was going on. Before they put it in our face. Before we realized, like, man, we should, you're a kid and you think your parents have everything figured out and just there's nothing wrong in the world because your parents are the smartest people on earth and they're going to take care of everything. And then one day you realize, like, man, our parents are just normal people. They're just paying the bills and they're just trying to keep their jobs and they're just doing what they can do. And then,
are you saying this so you can like cut this out and play this for your son?
No, not at all. No, I got everything figured out. I'm good. He's lucky. But I feel like that's the world these days. Like your whole life, you're like, oh, politicians are smart people who study politics their whole. And then you're like, wait, she used to run a CrossFit gym, and now she's yelling on Instagram all the time, and then now you have to pay attention to shit. And that's just where we're at. Like, I have to pay attention to where there's mass shootings, so I don't take my family to a mall somewhere. Like, you didn't have to worry about that shit back in the day. Back when films were classic.
Well, look, I don't have kids, so I'm sure it'd be terrifying as far as mass shootings are. I don't think there is a map that you can look at to avoid mass shootings at this point in this country, unfortunately. So, sorry to say that. Where that goes. So, if you don't have kids, I don't want to necessarily get shot. Not until I'm 65, at least. You know?
That's when you're gonna. That's what you should do. You should, Forrest. If you're gonna kill yourself 15 years from now, you should try to find a scenario where you can go out like a hero.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Like, be like the person who volunteers to be the first person to get shot. Oh, let's do it as a publicity stunt. Let me shoot you out of a cannon or something like that.
That doesn't seem like I'm being a hero at all.
Just if you're gonna die.
You just jumped from doing something to help other people to shooting me out of a cannon.
All right.
Which one do you want to do?
All right. So what if we wait till there's like a I'm trying to think of a scenario where we could try to help somebody, but at the same time,
you get on your Citizen app.
Yeah.
So you keep your ear to the ground on the Citizen app, and then
Forrest, let's make you a superhero. That's what we should do. If you're like, I'm done, I want to die.
Okay, let me just tell you right now, that's not a bad script, right?
Yeah.
There. Is a guy that wants to
70 years old.
No. A guy that wants to die.
Yeah.
But is like, I'm going to become like, I'm just going to go into very dangerous situations and try and save people.
Yeah. And the more he tries to die, the harder it is for him. He just can't die. It's like the confidence is what. He just goes into a hostage situation and puts the gun against his head, and he's like, "Kill me!" And they're like, "You're crazy, man."
I have this written already. I got to go write it. So even though the writer's
it's a strike, you can't strike. Yeah.
I got to write that in the Barnacle cartoon.
Yeah. No, I'll work on the Barnacle cartoon. You work on
it. Yeah, outline. How do you say it? Outline.
Could we pull that as one of our?
Also a member of Migos.
Yeah. Oh, outline. That's the name he should have had. Offset, take off, and outline. That's perfect.
Fourth member.
That's my rap name. Outline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've rapped on here before.
I have.
I don't think you can.
I'm not really good at lyrics, but I'm pretty good at coming out with like just the outline of the song.
Man, you know what you're good at with a rap? You go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with him. I'm the hype guy.
Well, that's all Migos it was.
Yeah.
Right? Wasn't it like...
They're good at sound effects.
I don't know Migos well, but I know that there was one guy, and I think that is...
They go like... Boop!
I think that's Offset, right? Offset's the one that.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah. He's like, and bleep.
At bleep.
We're jumping all over the place, but not really. Okay, so Tiny Desk concerts on NPR.
Oh, I saw that.
Did you see Cypress Hill was on there?
Yeah.
And
No.
do you know Cypress Hill?
Yeah.
This is the podcast where we're asking Luis Arena.
Yeah.
So, what's his name just did it? Juvenile just did it, and it was supposedly was like one
was
of the
awesome.
best ones.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it yet. I love the Tiny Desk concerts. If you don't know what it is,
You know.
NPR started this years ago, where they invited musicians in, and they literally perform behind this desk that is like an actual person's desk when they're not using it, and they've had huge stars to people you don't really know, but rock, country, pop, rap, everything. Right?
Yeah.
And they recently had Juvenile, which is supposed to be a really good one, but they just had Cypress Hill, and I just saw a clip of it. And they're doing the
Yeah,
song,
went viral.
I could just kill a man. Here is something you can't.
And they had dudes playing trumpets.
Yeah. But the guy, and I don't remember his name. Fuck, because there's Be Real.
Yeah.
And there's the other guy who's basically the Offset of Cypress Hill. He'll do some rapping, but he has the bucket hat on, and he's just sitting there in front of a mic like this.
Yeah.
He's just doing that one line. I could just kill a man.
Is it Mellow Man Ace?
Yeah, Velvet. Yeah. And he's just sitting there like this. I was like, what a fucking. That's awesome. Yeah, Cypress Hill.
It wasn't a Cypress Hill video, but it was a Be Real video. My uncle played a cholo in it.
Wait, what?
My
The
uncle.
gay test uncle?
No, different one.
Your uncle is a
That's
cholo,
the only
though,
one I'm
right?
concerned about.
My buddy, do you want me to call
I
my?
just threw it out there like you're just calling your uncle names.
Do you want me to call my buddy who cooks barbecue for Cypress Hill and he's on their podcast all the time?
Sure.
I'm sure he's got a good.
Yeah. What a random. My buddy cooks
If
barbecue
you
for
know
Cypress.
him, it's the funniest shit ever. He's like boys with Cypress Hill, and he's just a pit master.
What up?
Bart's.
Yeah.
You're on the Mermen podcast with Forrest and Dave Williamson. Is that okay? Do you have time? Do you have consent?
You have consent.
Does he
I'm in my
have
car, but
consent?
That's cool.
All right, that's
You
perfect.
have consent.
Okay.
You have consent.
Okay, we don't want you to do anything against your consent. Hey,
Okay.
did you see the Cypress Hill Tiny Desk concert?
Yes, I did.
It was awesome. It went viral. Everyone's like nostalgic for Cypress Hill again.
Yeah, I'm in my car going down to San Diego to see him at the symphony.
At the symphony, what like they're performing?
They're performing with the San Diego Symphony, like the Simpsons episode back in
Wow.
1996.
Oh,
They had an episode, so they did it with. Colorado was last week. They're doing San Diego tonight, and then they're doing like Tennessee, Nashville. I think in like September.
Hold on, wait. So they did it as a joke on The Simpsons, and now they're doing it in real life.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. They did it as a joke in The Simpsons. Like they basically said like, who called the symphony? Who called symphony? And then like they look over Cypress Hill. Was it you guys? You guys get too stoned down and call the symphony? And then that was like the whole joke. And then yeah, it's all over their on their social media.
Yeah.
There's all the clips from The Simpsons and stuff. You can see it. But yeah, they're actually performing with the San Diego Symphony tonight.
Hey, can you tell the story? Didn't you one
Wait,
time?
hold on a second.
What?
Though. So that makes sense with the Tiny Desk concert. So that
Yeah.
like to promote these shows.
Yeah, they had like an
But-
acoustic element.
Wait, that's tonight.
Well, it's their 30th anniversary of the Black Sunday album, which was
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Yeah. And that's tonight. The San Diego.
Yeah, yeah,
man.
tonight in San Diego.
I want to go to that. Is it
Can
sold
you get us
out?
tickets if we leave right now?
Call me after the show and we'll see. I'll see what I can do.
No, I can't go.
You give consent
Yeah.
for tickets.
Hey, didn't you tell me a story, and are you allowed to tell the story publicly? Didn't you like accidentally eat like some really strong pot cookies when you were hanging out with them or something like that?
Yeah, it was one of the people that watched the show, the Dr. Green Thumb show. They brought in these cookies, but usually when they're medicated, they write that on the cookies, and it didn't say anything on the cookies. So I just popped down like, I don't know, like 12 of them or something, and then
12.
and then I found out afterwards they're like 30 milligrams each, so it was like 360
shit.
milligrams.
30
And so I
milligrams
was
of
like-
Cypress Hill weed. Like,
Dave doesn't
Well,
know
it's
what you're. He doesn't understand. I mean, he understands that's a lot of cookies, but I know what milligrams and
I had a
that's
2
crazy.
milligram candy one time and was losing my mind.
Oh, okay. I didn't even know.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, it was I laid on the couch real well that day. They have video of me. It was like a big joke. It's always a joke now with me, with those guys. Like everything that happens, something happens to me, and then it's like the joke that everyone keeps on talking about. They have clips on it. They play it online. Me laying on the couch sideways because they took videos of it. Yeah, it was funny, but it wasn't just me. Everyone else had the same experience because they didn't understand that they were medicated too, and they all did it 2 days prior.
Hey,
to
but
me,
Dustin,
and it was just finally my turn.
Dustin, you're one of my best friends, buddy. But how we know each other is through barbecue, and you and I put some food down. I'm just gonna guess not many other people at the Cypress Hill party had 12. I don't think they were at the party going, "I'll help myself to a dozen of these delicious cookies."
Oh no, I mean most of the guys willingly ate 10 or 12, but you know they all eat a lot. I mean they do 500 milligram edibles before they go to sleep. Most of the guys that hang out there, they have like this special they have this it's this these gel caps, and it's each one's 250 milligrams, and they take them right before they go to sleep. Almost everyone that hangs out there, except for me. That's just too much.
Holy shit. So they just
living
really,
they're living what they preach, man.
they just really like
Oh,
barbecue.
there's no joke.
And they
They love Dustin. Like he catered for them during the pandemic when they were recording their Dr. Green Thumb podcast.
No, it was like they were doing like it was when people were doing virtual shows for like Sony.
Yeah.
Sony hired rented out the studio, and I just happened to be there. So I was a food guy, and then I catered for them and a bunch of other celebrity music people during the pandemic. But we became friends of all the other people.
Yeah. So then, like the on their podcast, like once an episode, they'll be like, "Yo, do you have that brisket that Bart's at?" And they'll bring up pictures of it, and they're like, "Yo, man, that was so good." They'll just talk about his food and his meat, and like once during every episode. Like, yo, did you get those burgers Bart's made?
look how random life is. That's very funny. We're just like,
It's pretty random.
Yeah.
It's pretty random.
All right, buddy. Well,
For
have fun at the
right.
symphony.
Yeah, I will.
We'll send-
I got my dress shoes and dress shirt and everything. So I looked at.
Whoa, got to look sharp at the symphony.
we'll send you the
Well,
consent
they're
forms.
all dressed. They're all dressed in suit. They're all dressed in tuxedos on stage. So
That
that's
makes
how
sense.
they perform.
What?
So-
Just to make sure, because we were trying to remember, the guy and the Tiny Desk Country has a bucket hat. He's kind of like the hype guy. He raps too, but he's like
What are the people's names in the?
mellow.
You mean Send Dogs?
Send Dog, yeah, that was his name. Yeah,
That's
Send Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
you have Be Real, Eric Bobo, Send Dog, and DJ Lord. Those are
DJ
the main
Lord.
four.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're great, man.
That's it, man. All right. Well, hey, Bart's, man, thanks for being one of my amigos.
right.
I appreciate you, buddy.
No problem, dude. I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
All right, bye.
Did he think you got that reference?
No.
He laughed when you said thanks for being my amigos.
Probably just gonna sound like a super white guy.
Yeah,
When
no,
I
I
say
think he thought you mispronounced amigos.
it. Yeah.
He was like,
That was
this
the
fucking
joke.
idiot.
That's Bart's Barbecue. He's one of the best.
really good.
One of the best pitmasters in LA. It's at Bart's with a Z dot and then spell out the word barbecue. I believe that's his Instagram.
Yeah, that's awesome. I've had it. I probably had his barbecue more than yours.
Yeah, probably
because,
because
like,
I take you there. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got that's so crazy how life is. Really. He's like, I do the barbecue for Cypress.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's
Also,
so funny
I wanna
too.
Go, I can't. I don't think I can get down to San Diego tonight. But that sounds fucking awesome.
Yeah, if it was any other time, I'd be there.
Holy shit.
I can't go because I started building a deck.
Fourth quarter.
You're also sweating again.
I'm sweating so
We know,
hard.
I know when the
My
podcast
back,
is open
yeah.
over because Dave's sweating. We're
Yeah.
probably in it's over almost in overtime now.
Yeah, I got to go build my deck and try not to sweat in my shirt. And
Migos.
no, I don't want to stroke my rash. Do you remember Foosh Nickens?
Yeah.
They were like the original Migos.
No.
They were like they were.
No, Foosh Nickens. There was like a episode.
What's up, Doc? Can I rock? And then they would like he had that one guy
That was
who
with
he was
Shaq.
like
They did a song with
Yeah,
Shaq.
yeah.
But
and the one guy was like a cartoon. He was like, "Pew! I thought I saw a putty cat.
yeah. They
One,
had,
two, do, do, do." He would like do like voice. He would do like sound effects while he rapped. It was so cool.
They had a style of rapping. There was a period like when hip hop. It was like after like Tribe and De La, all these people came out, and it was kind of before gangster rap. There was like. There was a couple different. I was them, and then there was God damn it. There was another band, And they all had this kind of similar style. It was like around the time Bone Thugs was there.
Yeah.
Bone Thugs was like a mellower version of Fushnikins.
Bone. Yeah. What you gonna do? Ain't nowhere to run. When judgment comes for you, it's gonna come for you. Hey now, I'm gonna miss my Uncle Charlie, y'all. Gonna a couple thugs got him. Bone Thugs is awesome, dude.
You know Bone Thugs? This episode should be like, hey, Louise, do you know?
Yeah, we should do a deep dive. Yeah. Get up. It's the first of the month. Wake up.
The Muppets are the best, though. Online, have you seen that?
The Muppets?
Somebody took the time to just get clips of Muppets, like talking.
Yeah, and they did like
They
voiceover.
make it look like
They're doing Bone Thugs? I think I've seen
Thugs.
that. Yeah.
They did like every song. It's fucking awesome. So it's Bert and Ernie, and they're like, wake up.
Yeah. It's the first of the month. I mean, they're really
because it
great.
goes perfect with Muppets' mouths.
Yeah.
Wait, it's on YouTube. We can.
Yeah.
We can
Do you
pull
remember
it up.
their names?
What, Bone Thugs?
Yeah.
I never knew their names.
There was Crazy.
That's not. I wasn't as into Bone Thugs, but then.
Yeah.
Our buddy Al Jackson loves them because
Bone Thugs. They had names.
Cleveland.
They had names that were like the ghosts in Miss Pac-Man. It was like Crazy Bone. Yeah, there you go. Here, you want to plug it in? You got it?
No.
Oh, Muppet. Nothing to do. It ain't nowhere to. Judgment comes for you. It's gonna come for you. That's awesome. Charlie, Cooper Thugs got him, and I'm gonna miss everybody.
Anyways,
Grover was my favorite.
look how awesome that is. You can't see that. I don't know why I was holding it up.
Man,
Just edit that out.
I loved Grover. Grover is the funniest dude. He's just a character who goes, near, far, near, and I would crack up at that.
Yeah, fair.
Classic. Gonzo, too. I like Gonzo also.
Yeah, Gonzo was very similar to Grover except for the nose.
Gonzo, that's going to be, Gonzo's going to.
Also, this is another rap group right there. Grover, Gonzo, and the Grouch.
Yeah, Grouch. Gonzo's going to be.
That's Mugos.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a Muppets the way to do it.
Yeah. Gonzo's.
No, we're not gonna.
They used to like shoot Gonzo out of the cannon and shit with his chickens.
I think we're done.
What?
You're just reminiscing about things.
Right, this is the best episode we've ever done. I'm having so much fun today. I'm trying to think of scenarios where I'm going to send you in to say, like, all right, here's for an example.
This is for the superhero thing? Okay.
Yeah, so here's an example.
Do some examples and we got to wrap up.
All right, here's the example. So like we'll pick a news story that's getting a lot of coverage. So like the submersible sub, right? When that thing was happening. What if we just had a
I like everyone to pick a news story from 8 years ago. No,
Yeah.
That was so long ago. Nobody cares about those billionaires.
But I'm just saying it would have been great.
Oh, I got you. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
My
It would have been great if we had held a press conference and we were like, we're going to save him. And they're like, what? We're like, I got a guy. He's a superhero.
That's got a snorkel.
Yeah, you're like a broke ass Aquaman, and we just
Stretching.
we just hand you an anvil with a GoPro on you and send you down to save them. And then it's like an hour later, and I just look at the camera and I go, I don't think he's coming back. I never thought there was fun ways you could help someone with suicide. There's just like there's a bank being robbed and they've taken hostages, and I show up with you and I'm like, it's okay, guys. Super Forrest is here, and they're like, what? And I'm like, go get him, Forrest. You just walk in eating a donut, trying to save the hostages.
Yeah, no, I'm
you
not.
come out. He wasn't happy.
You would never come out until it was done because you'd be like, yeah, you want to shoot me? Like you would taunt them.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
shoot
You'd
me, whatever.
set up a hammock.
Yeah, I'm out of money and I'm out of ideas.
We're doing this movie.
Yeah, we're gonna get it made. Louise, can you shoot it for us?
All right, last thing, and then we'll wrap it up.
Oh, Jesus.
I just feel like we already touched on it.
Louise, have you ever heard about barbecue before? Do you know what barbecue is?
No.
Muppets?
What?
You ever heard of the Muppets?
No.
Grover?
I know a thing or two about Grover.
Yeah, you know what I know.
So my wife just sent me a video, so I want to watch. Maybe we'll cut this out
Gonzo?
if it's not appropriate.
Gonzo, you know who Gonzo is? You know Gonzo. What are we doing now?
I was gonna show some of the videos.
There's cat hair all
that
over your
my
phone.
yeah probably. I'm gonna show some of the videos that my son's got, and then my wife just sent me a video of the package he got. So I thought maybe it'll be a fun reveal.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason we started
this whole thing. Yeah, nice
you
little
want
bow
to
on
explain
top.
that to people?
So my son was in an accident, and he's going to be okay, but he was really banged up, and it's just really disappointing. And an uncle of mine, who's in the car.
Bloop, bloop.
No, I could say his name, Uncle Louie. Uncle Louie. So
Uncle Quavo.
my grandpa really did do that, though. My grandpa was the original Migo in Fushnik, because my grandpa would do sound effects for everything.
Sweating so much.
He'd be
Get
like,
to this. I can't even look at you anymore.
ah, man, the Dolphins suck. Like,
I can't look at you anymore. Get to this. They can't.
So, anyways,
It looks like you're coming down off of the cocaine.
Yeah.
From the cocaine sharks.
That's what happens when you drink black coffee like a man. So, Louis has felt bad for Carter that he's stuck at home and he's missing a lot of his athletic opportunities and trips he was going to take with his friends and things like that. So Louis has contacted people he knows and been getting words of encouragement sent to Carter every few days.
But he knows celebrities?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
He either knows celebrities.
That's the point of this.
So I'll just play 2 or 3 and then I'll show you the video my wife just sent me. So this was a good one that we got last night.
Hey Carter, this is Uncle Shaq. Just want to say get well soon, brother. Everything gonna be all right. Make sure you do your rehab, brother. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Uncle Shaq. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. I just realized I shouldn't have done that.
Done what?
The Bone Thugs thing. Because this makes sense with audio. The Bone Thugs thing is just like you don't see the Muppets. Even if you don't see Shaq, that's still cool.
Well, you can see it because you held it up.
Shaq sent a thing. I know, but Shaq sent a thing to Carter, which is cool.
Well, Luis also has the ability to put it up on screen.
The technology exists.
Yeah. So here's one we were making fun of Luis for earlier.
Carter, this is Evander Holyfield.
Yeah, real deal.
Get well soon. Hope you're doing better. God bless you.
And when you played that, I go, does Carter know who Evander Holyfield is? And then you asked Louise, and then he said no. And then I said the guy that Mike Tyson bit his ear off, and then he knew who I was talking about.
Carter.
But I had to reference Mike Tyson, who's way more famous than Evander Holyfield biting his ear off for him to get it,
What's up, Carter? It's Bam Adebayo from the Miami Heat. Heard you got in an accident, man. Just here to say, hope you're feeling better. Wishing you strength. Wishing you get back as quickly as possible, man. We got some treats / goodies for you on the way. But, like I said, you're all in our prayers, and we just hope you get a quick recovery.
Classiest organization in the world.
I love Bam. I love the Miami Heat. His ceiling fan is infuriating to me. I don't like it. It looks like a Hampton Bay model from Home Depot. You're a multi-millionaire.
So this looks like
fan.
I'll
buy you a fan, Bam, if you win a title.
There you go.
I promise you.
All right, so this looks like maybe my wife just sent me this video, so I'm assuming maybe this is the package.
You might want to check it first. Yeah. That's a ball. That's
yeah.
a ball.
Don't touch it here. Oh my gosh.
It's all signed, huh? It's pretty cool.
Oh my goodness.
Wonder who it's signed by.
Looks like the whole team.
That's pretty awesome. A little card. Somebody's whispering, but we can still hear him.
That's my other son videotaping.
Yeah, he goes, don't touch it. Don't touch the signatures.
Wow. Steve Stowe.
Richard Wells.
Thank you, Steve. Holy.
That's pretty awesome. Got to get a little case for it now. That's cool.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Oh.
Man. Oh my God, it's Tyler Hero.
I was gonna say.
That's awesome.
I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure it's Tyler Hero, but
He got it signed.
he may no
That's his
longer be
favorite
with-
player, yeah.
Oh my
so-
God. Oh my God, let's go.
That's cool, man. That's cool to see.
So that's pretty awesome, yeah.
That's when you
When
realize,
I saw
man.
14, I was like, I think that's Tyler Hero, and he may or may not be with the team next year, depending on what happens. So is he?
Oh, he's crying.
Is he? Carter was crying.
Yeah, he doesn't get emotional like that very often.
So it's working. It's good.
That's awesome, man. Thanks, dude. I mean, not to, it just when things like this happen, man, you realize that like it's cool to have cool friends. It's cool to have like
That's amazing that somebody was able to do that.
yeah. And I mean, look, I mean the celebrity and stuff like that's cool, but it's just cool that they care. It's cool. It's cool that someone would want to make your kid happy, man.
That's way better than my signed picture of Huey Lewis.
and the news.
It was fake, by the way. I've talked about it on the podcast.
All right.
My mom let me believe it was really Huey Lewis until I was in my 20s. And she goes, I forgot to tell you that I did that. So she gave me, because I really like Huey Lewis when I was about conversations.
I don't think I knew that about you.
What, dude? Sports? One of the best albums ever.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. And
Huey Lewis, he wrote for the Miami Herald as well.
He did not.
And that was in the news. Look, he's not even paying attention. I did a bad joke on purpose, Luis, so you could dump me. All right. This was an awesome episode.
Dave Williamson.
I don't even need to hear it to know that. It deserved that.
Yeah, it was bad.
Quavo, Offset.
Yeah. Speaking of Offset, I got to go home and check my smoker. I got 8 pork butts in there, and it was almost out of
I got to go
fuel.
too.
So, all right, let's wrap it up.
2 minutes left. 2 minutos.
Come see me. I'm going to be in Grand Rapids the beginning of August. Come see me, Grand Rapids. Dr. Grins, DaveWilliamson.com.
Hey, what if I owe Dr. Green's good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be at the Comedy Cellar August 14th to the 21st in Las Vegas. There's 14 shows. No excuses. Come out, people. And then I'll be at Mic Drop in October. Of course, in September, we'll be in Florida doing the back in Mermen down there.
Mermen, September. We swear we'll have those ticket links up soon. Boom, 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 boom. What you gonna do when there ain't nowhere to run? Judgment comes for you. It's gonna come for
For they
you.
are the mermen.